Congress erupts over Social Security fairness.
Do you believe that billionaires should pay their fair share of Social Security?
I believe whatever the law is should be upheld.
Pardon? The what?
Whatever the law is should be upheld.
So if you're Elon Musk and don't pay anything into Social Security, that's okay with you?
I'm not the dictator.
So here we are before the committee, and you're telling us how more efficient you are. So you're more efficient. How are the 5 million Americans, fellow Americans, most of them women, who are getting below poverty level checks from Social Security, are they able to starve more efficiently? Is that the goal here? That they're able to, that we're able to send them their below poverty level check more efficiently? I guess so. So that's a great thing. We should all be doing cartwheels and celebrating. How about the 40% of the people who this is the only benefit that they have? So the only benefit that they have in retirement, you're saying to them, look what we've done for you. We're getting you that check more efficiently. Isn't that wonderful? Sounds to me more like when you look at everything that's being done and nothing that's being done on behalf of the people that Social Security was meant to serve, and props up our whole system of free enterprise and capitalism. We're saying, don't worry, we're getting it to you more efficiently. How about we get them something they can live on and sustain themselves on? This is what this committee should be doing. And I would expect from our agencies, and I know everything's Joe Biden's fault, et cetera, but I have to say this. Was Joe Biden wrong to say that we should lift the cap on people making over $400,000? Was that wrong, Mr. Secretary?
Is that a question?
Yes, it is a question.
I would say that the fact of the matter is Congress, and that would be led by yourself as a ranking member here, has a responsibility to decide what they want to work on. The commissioner's job.
That's not what the question was. The question was,
I'm answering a reality.
You're answering the way you want to answer it. I asked the question, do you think we should lift the cap on people making over $400,000? Raise your hand in the audience if you're making over $400,000. Raise your hand on the dais if you're making over $400,000. And yet, nobody here in this room is making over $400,000, and yet people are. And yet that Joe Biden, boy, that guy, what an awful thing to say that those people, as difficult as this may be, that they're going to have to pay what all of you pay for Social Security. Wow, what an incredible burden he's just placed on people, that Joe Biden, that guy who wanted to see people pay their fair share into the most significant insurance program the nation has ever had, so people can live out their lives in dignity instead of living in poverty more efficiently. This hearing should be about focusing on what we need to do for the American people. Everyone on this dais knows that it's been over 55 years since we've enhanced Social Security across the board. And who's going to benefit from that? Where do the people in your district spend the money they receive from Social Security? On average, over $280 million in every congressional district. And wouldn't it be something if that were increased? That would actually allow not only them to live in dignity, but how about helping out every single local business in all of your districts who that money will go directly back to by way of purchasing groceries, pharmaceuticals, paying their rent. their mortgage, putting gas in their car. And instead, we're sitting, watching, and everybody on this dais knows, and I'll keep on saying it, this is about the privatization of Social Security. It's not about helping these people out.
Congressman John Larson delivered a passionate defense of Social Security during a heated hearing where he challenged a Trump administration official on whether billionaires should contribute more to the program. The exchange began with a simple but politically explosive question. Larson asked whether billionaires should pay their fair share into Social Security. Rather than directly answering, the official responded that whatever the law requires should be upheld. That answer opened the door for Larson to launch into a broader argument about fairness, retirement security, and the future of one of America's most important social programs. Larson pointed out that under current law, high-income earners stop paying Social Security payroll taxes after reaching a certain income threshold. Critics argue that this allows some of the wealthiest Americans to contribute a smaller share of their income than middle-class workers. Supporters of raising or eliminating the cap say doing so could strengthen Social Security's finances and potentially fund higher benefits. The Connecticut congressman repeatedly returned to the struggles facing retirees. He highlighted the millions of Americans who rely heavily or entirely on Social Security benefits. For many seniors, these monthly checks are their primary source of income, covering essentials such as food, housing, medicine, transportation, and utilities. Larson argued that efficiency alone is not enough. While government officials often emphasize improving administration and reducing waste, he contended that the real issue is whether benefits are sufficient for retirees to live with dignity. He questioned why Congress spends so much time discussing management improvements while avoiding larger debates about benefit levels and funding reforms. A major point of contention involved proposals previously championed by former President Joe Biden to lift the payroll tax cap on incomes above $400,000. Larson suggested that requiring higher-income Americans to contribute more would help strengthen Social Security and provide relief to retirees. He framed the issue as one of basic fairness, arguing that workers across the country contribute throughout their careers and expect the system to be there when they retire. Toward the end of the hearing, Larson warned that efforts focused solely on efficiency and restructuring could ultimately lead toward privatization, a concern frequently raised by defenders of the current Social Security system. The debate reflects a larger national conversation that is likely to intensify in the coming years. Should Social Security be expanded, reformed, or fundamentally changed? And should billionaires contribute more to keep the program strong for future generations?